Hello everybody and welcome back to From the Depths. Today, we're actually doing a build stream. Because the last time we have attempted Barons, the last, few dozen times, we've been fucked over. This time, that ain't happening. This time, we're the ones doing the craziness. And I'm about to show you what that means. We're going to be building cheap and efficient thingies. And we'll load up Red Winters because it's a bit flatter. A bit more flat. Designer mode, that's exactly what we need. Perfect, I don't have to fucking run around everywhere to get anything done. So, I have a few new vehicles that I will now be spawning in. These are railgun things. Some of them aren't done because I'm going to be adding lights. What'd you do? Oh, got it. So, I did the funny. Alright, I've done something a little bit of the funny variety. Hello. So yeah, these are some of the new vehicles of my force. We have, hello. We do have some fairly decent tanks. I do have good armor setups. Think of it like this. My avatar was built by a little fiance to stop people from taking my content. That's all it is. And yo, look at this thing though. In order to show off what these things can do, apartment complex. Should be fine. God damn it, machine, load the thing. I am making my own campaign on this eventually, but like, currently this is kind of what we got for some of the ground vehicles. I know some people are curious about the ground vehicles in particular. So these are 4 of our new vehicles. And these things are, well, terrifyingly effective, to say the least.
Yes? Rolling into formation. On my way.
Listening. Form up and fly with please.
Yes? Rolling into formation. On my way. Yes? Rolling into formation. On my way. Yes? On my way. On my way. On my way. On my way.
Listening.
So yeah, these are some of the new vehicles you're gonna find in that I'm gonna be using. But we're not just talking about current vehicles. We are going to be making a couple of new vehicles. Because we need some cheap, effective light tanks. That's one thing that we don't have in either campaign. Stuff that can just be fucking spammed out, essentially. That should be plenty of room. Now, I'm not making these things out of dense metals. I'm just making them out of just regular metal. Because these things are just light tanks. So, like, they're not going to be the be-all, fucking end-all to all of our problems. You know what I mean? These things are designed just, to be there and be annoying to fight. I'm doing good. I bet I can manually fucking add the tracks. There we go. Yo, I'm just building. Yeah, I am just building the fucking craziness. I'm gonna build this now one more out for the purposes of all the side skirts. We should still have plenty of room to mess around with, which will be nice. Yes. One, two, here. I'm gonna turn the gain down because the gain's gonna fuck with me for the rest of the day, I swear to God. Alright, that should be better. I don't know how well y'all are gonna be able to hear me, but I'm just turning the gain down a little bit because it's very loud in my ear and I don't need to go deaf. And one more down. Just like that. Whoa, messed up on that one. Alright, now we're in business. And we'll use another 4 slope there. Alright, let's check that. Alright, that looks like a nice little light tank. So far, only 3,000 materials have been used. Now we're gonna divide everything up by giving it one layer of space there, one layer of space there. That should be good enough for our turret box. Thank you for the drink, Lonely. There's our engine. Here's our AI. And that's our storage. And we are going to make this little thing one more taller. Just like that. We are doing this. We need a 2 to 1. Like that. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. And just like this, we kind of actually have a halfway decent light tank, kind of like just basic thing. Now that that's dealt with, we're going to grab block, rubber, there, there, there. Fuel, need that. We can turn off the mirror mode. All right. If I build it out by another one. Pardon, Lonely? Huh? Yes, you definitely should. A single fuel there. Alright, fuel engines. Radiator, 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 radiator. Got enough radiators for yous? There we go, and that is our engine. 269 horsepower, pure sadness. this is our light tank hull. And let's get our first turret on this hull. I'm actually gonna save this thing as our hull. What do I call this? GV dash PR. I want to have like start with a P. Maybe. Ooh, LTP. I like that. Type LTP Series 1. Hull. Now the hull alone is 4,000 materials. That's not bad for a simple hull. Now we get into turret design. I want to give this thing at least a decent-ish turret. I'm thinking we just go advanced cannon. Advanced cannons are always a good option in ground-based campaigns. Let's go with a 100mm gun. Yeah, that works for me. And in terms of the auto-loading system, thinking one of these on either side. And then a ammo ejector. Dots like this. I do like this weird kind of flow I got going here with this thing already. Thinking like a shark tooth type of idea. Yeah, okay, I like that. And then I can just kind of go here. Right? Just bear with. Yes, it is the tonk. I'm building a light tonk. go. And because this thing only has a 100 mil. I guess it really isn't a light tank if it has 100 mils, but whatever. This is our light tank, and for the shells, what's a good shell type I could use? I'm gonna go with 8. 8. 8's decent. Maybe we go APHE small fast. Small fast APHE? Yeah, I like that. Two seconds per shot, not bad. Now time to go into the actual thing. Fix this. Ooh, actually, I kind of like this idea better. Where it's kind of like this on the bottom. And then we can do the same idea on the back. Yes, I do like that a lot better. It's a lot better. Oh, it's a lot better. Oh, why? Why now? What's interfering with it now? Okay, what if I just remove the injectors? Does it turn no? Okay, I'm gonna save this turret real quick. You know, that kind of explains it. I just take over to the hull. Fuck me. Okay, save over the turret. Save over the hull. Put turret back on hull. Save vehicle. What do I call this? Series 1. Series 1 Flint. There we go. That's the name of this vehicle. 8,000 materials for something that's actually halfway decently looking interesting. And now, let's save it at speed by just spawning in at about some meters away. We're just gonna spawn in a blood drill. And now I can shave over. So basically, this thing has a ridiculously fast shell.
Listening.
Essentially, this thing just has a ridiculously fast shell. So that is the tank version. Destroy all vehicles. Let us spawn in the hull. And we're not going to be adding basically anything to it other than missiles and some ammo storage for said missiles. One, two, three, just like this. Or do I build them one more down? Yeah, one more down. No. Missiles, I want mediums, boom, 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 and then like that. Alright, and now let's make our missiles. Wings, fuel tank, I want active radar. The second fuel tank, regulator. Actually, no, I'm not gonna get that, I'm gonna get prediction. And explosive incendiary for all the back missiles, I'm thinking. guys. You give me the different ones. Fuel tank. Reg. Prediction. Put frags all over that with reinforced at the top. Nice. And now let's spawn in a drill. We're gonna call it the Flint Row. Flint Row. That is an interesting one. Because RO for rockets. So yeah, that's what they're gonna call him. Bit more pricey at 16,000, but that's to be expected for a missile vehicle. The idea is that the smaller ones, faster reload, will actually hurl the target for the bigger ones. And the bigger ones will just lay down the law. Kind of like that, actually. So, ooh. Okay, I kind of have an idea now. I'm also going to give it a simple weapon. That's AI controlled. Nice. Nice. Alright. Now it has a fun... Now it's 18,000 material cost. But now, you can always still fight without its main weapon being its missiles. So yeah, that's that vehicle done. And let's just destroy all vehicles again. And we'll start off with another haul. This one is going to be a bit special. Alright. Do this. And we're gonna add in a steam system. To charge these batteries. Alright. Because now we're going to build something interesting. Yep, plasma cannon. Basically, we're building a smaller plasma cannon on this bitch. So, let us go like this. Right. Okay, perfect. Now that I know that I can do that, let us actually build ourselves the fucking plasma cannon of all plasma cannons. And it's gonna be small. It's gonna be great. Right. There we go. And boom, boom, boom. Boom. Just like this. I fucking need luck. Right. That's where I can put my AIs. Right there, because I won't need that. So that, this, and then I can kind of just block the top off here. Just like this. And then just to give this thing some light shielding. Perfect. And plasma cannon. Yep. Color preview. We want this shit to be green. Stats wise, yep. Perfectly fine. Nice. And now we can save this vehicle as the Flint ZL1. Its total cost is 13K. Sticking with the general cost of my lighter vehicles. And just to test it, just for speed purposes. Very nice. Let me see if I can make this thing fire faster. Alright. Basically, this thing is a glorified shotgun. which is kind of good. I kind of like it as a slow-firing fucking plasma machine. I could definitely make a faster plasma-only tank, but as like a light vehicle, it's halfway decent. Now what I'm going to do is destroy all the enemy vehicles, because we're going to take the same hull as this. With a different turret. And this one will be with particle cannons. It's like mac and cheese noodles. Damage-wise, I'm thinking we're gonna go with just piercing with a 10-second charge. Not the worst thing. Great. Now time to actually map out the turret. All right. Just gonna get this down and in. this. I see. I understumble. This should be fun enough. And then that will be known as the P1. Yep, these things kind of work out well as like a group. So let me just spawn in the blood drill as the test subject. Now that vehicle is saved, what I'll do is I'll restart the designer just for a second. So I'm gonna go back to the first one. Just the regular old Flint. I'm gonna make it into a multi-gun. I'm thinking 3. Spin. What do I call this one? The Flint AoE. And just a test. Let's also get the P1 in. Alright, so yeah, so we have a lot of power with these new vehicles. And let's also then spawn in the ZR, see how it does.
Listening.
Land mode standing by.
Not bad so far. For the last thing, we'll get the missile one in as well, that being the RO. Also just get the regular one in too, I think, just for the show of it all. This is our new light tank. It's our light tank series of vehicles that will carry us hopefully for a while. So that one I might have to fix already. I think I already have a simple fix for it, and it's not going to be good or pretty. And I'm going to then put this on that. And then just a regular fucking camera. There we go. That will fucking suffice for that. The Flint P1 is now fully in operation. Hey, that is the Flint P1, everybody. That is a Flint. Basically, this is the new Flint light tank. Compared to our two MBTs, that being the Cooper and Ivy. I'll show you them individually now. The Flints aren't much compared to these two. These are both railgun powered behemoths. 54mm gun firing at 400 rounds per minute, guys. And a 71mm gun firing at 78 rounds a minute. So if I were to put this thing against a cold steel if I put these two things against cold steel factories, you can already kind of see the results. But that doesn't compare to their anti-aircraft versions, the SWATs. For example, the Cooper SWAT. 20mm gun, bullshit fast. And then this thing, twin guns. $20mm gun that fires that fast, Chad. And it reloads pretty quick too.
Yes. Rolling into formation. On my way. Yes.
Water mode at your service.
Rolling standing on my way.
Listening. Form up and fly with please. Moving out. Moving out.
Yes. Rolling into on my way. On my way.
Listening.
Land mode standing by.
Sometimes they will crash into each other, but not much damage, honestly. It's survivable damage. And for a repair vehicle, we still have this.
Yes. Rolling into formation. On my way.
It can gather materials and repair. Basically, this thing's just good at just, you know, trolling.
On my way. On my way. On my way. On my way. On my way.
Yeah, I like the look of these things. They look a lot better than what I was building originally. So, like, these things look nice.
Yes. Resuming control.
Like, this thing just does not care. The Cooper is ironically enough the better one. Well, this one has armor mainly along the front and side. It's not as good heavy armor as the Cooper has. But the Cooper has the smaller gun. You gotta remember that part. Not to mention, they all have fairly decent turret armor, too. And they can take a lot of hits, even head-on with their own fucking team. They're good vehicles, and you will get to see them all in the Red Winter stuff and the Baron stuff. The main one I do want to kind of show off a little bit more of is this one in particular, the IV Quad. It has twin 36mm guns that are fairly quick firing. This one actually took me the longest to make because I wanted to get like a cool fucking turret design for it. And I settled like on this. I think the turret design looks actually fucking sick. Not to mention you got the glowing red. Well, now at least you have the glowing red. So, like... you know, you got a lot of cool shit. But just look how quick this thing can just shred, or like just fire off. I really want to specify on that. And while we're in the Red Winters, I'm going to show off one thing. Because these vehicles have all been tested and can win about... well, it's not as good, but, well... 60% of the time against some of the creations in this game mode. So if I go to tanks, and if I go to this one, this thing is just basically like, oh hello, nice weapons you have here. Mind if I just nope. That's the thing, this thing is designed to shrug off a lot of missile hits.
Nerd.
Yeah. Though, as you might be able to imagine, it definitely has the fight. Alright, let me spawn in the IV 34,000 materials.
Maya. No. Ah.
That's a bit much. What if I go to something maybe in the hard category? Godly, no, easy. Where do we put a lot of the solstice? Yeah, we usually fight a lot of solstices. It is really just slapping. Listen, these things are, you know, hello. These things kind of just are based, and they work out fairly well. Like, for example, 98 to about 94. Like, considering that thing has multiple guns, and that thing only has the one cannon system, it's kind of funnier. I've also built some kind of like light work medium vehicles that I'm not probably ever going to use. But we had the clickbait. The clickbait's going to be funny to watch in the campaign, considering this is what it does and this is what it looks like. So let me just fucking bring in... Frost Hive, fuck it.
Yes? Yes? Targeting.
No repair work for them. The other thing is, dude, turrets designed to fuck with things. That's what its designed purposes, at least. Basically, it's just a fucking armored brick on wheels. So if I just spawn in a singular clickbait that way, and just spawn in Sub-Zero, just as an example.
Listening.
Just to kind of show off the fucking targeting system of my vehicle. So yeah, those are the new vehicles that you're all gonna see.